How is it that over 300 million people are inspired by a man who died 1,400 years ago? How is it that these people are still mesmerized by his ethics? How is it that these people are still amazed by his stand? How is it that these people are still inspired by his legacy? Who is this man? This man is Hussain, son of Ali. Let me set the scene for you. Mecca, 570 AD, a society ravaged with injustice, cruelty, plagued with deceit, corruption and bribery. 632 AD, a man by the name of Muhammad completes a mission of revamping this whole society. He instills honor, dignity, forbearance, justice into the midst of the whole of the state. But 50 years later, this state is once again riddled with controversy, riddled with corruption and deceit. People with arrogant attitudes are now ruling. People of injustice, tyranny and corruption. It's now the turn of Muhammad's grandson, Hussain, to rise, to remove all these forms of injustice. He recognizes that he has to stand in order that he enjoins the good and forbids the evil. He makes the statement very clear of what his mission is, that I have not come out in the form of exuberance, or am I seeking corruption, or fame, or power, but rather I have come out to reform this society. He recognizes that he has to sacrifice not only his life, but even the life of his family members. He decides to take with him a band of soldiers and all of his family members, his brothers, his sisters, his sons, his daughters, all to ensure that if they have to sacrifice their life in order that the light of justice remains alive, then so be it. It is of no surprise that Gandhi says, I learned how to achieve victory while being oppressed through Hussain. It is of no surprise that mystics, philosophers, theologians have all been mesmerized by the stand of Hussain. At the beginning, he has a number of companions, thousands. But when the toughest test came, only 72 remained alongside him. And each of these 72 was willing to give their life away in order that they'd achieve freedom. Each one of these 72 recognized that if they had to give their life away in order that injustice and tyranny, cruelty and oppression of all its forms is removed, then so be it. Each of these valiant soldiers came from different backgrounds. Some of them rich, some of them poor, some of them educated, some of them not so much. But the basic sincerity within them to give freedom to the future of society was there. All of them lost their lives on the plains of a land by the name of Karbala. Hussain loses his own life, but there's a mystical feel to his victory. If a person was to view him on the ground, they'd think that this is a man lying on the ground with arrows surrounding his body. But if they went near him, they would hear him whispering, oh my Lord, I have left the world for the sake of you, and I have orphaned my children so that I may see you. If they were to cut my body into pieces, then you will find that my heart will lean to none other but you. Hussain is a man of mystical prowess, a man who is revered, a man who is to be honored. But now that he's been killed, he's sacrificed his brother. He's even sacrificed his 6-month-old baby. It is no surprise that Zainab and Hussain inspired Gandhi, Dickens, amongst others, who could not believe the strength that they had in the face of such atrocities that they faced. But today, those people who come out and are a stand against any form of oppression in this world. If there is oppression in the Islamic world, then it is our role to be in the manner of Imam al-Hussain and speak out. If there is oppression in the non-Islamic world, then it is our role to speak out against any form of injustice. Because Hussain taught us that his stand, his legacy, his martyrdom is a heat in the heart of the believer that will never subside. Is a stand of justice against injustice, and how justice will remain victorious forever. For every single person who hears this message, it is now your chance to hold on to the message of that man whose body died 1,400 years ago, but whose message will remain alive.
يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 أنت إمامي إليك انتمائي منك قريب في كربلائي في كربلائي كيف أهاب نزف الدماء لست بعاشق إني فدائي إني فدائي عن يقين حسين حسين يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 أنت إمامي إليك انتمائي منك قريب في كربلائي في كربلائي كيف أهاب نزف الدماء لست بعاشق إني فدائي إني فدائي عن يقين حسين حسين يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 يا حسين حسین حسین.
خیمه ها سوخت اطفال همه در به درن، با خبر از غم خود بی خبر از یک دگرن. صدای حرم